Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Love and Light TV. So excited every Sunday morning when I get ready to do this. There's so much excitement. Hey, good morning, Life by L. There's so much excitement when I am preparing to do this on Sunday mornings. And I am so grateful and so glad to have the opportunity just to be able to connect with you all through the power of social media and to be able to share what is on my heart and to be able to speak, hopefully, some words that are going to bless you in some type of way. This Love and Light Empowerment has been such a blessing to me. I get so many testimonies and so many people saying, oh my gosh, this has blessed me. Hey, good morning, Barbara Hyman. How are you? I get so many testimonies with people telling me how much this blesses them or how much the videos have blessed them. But I also want to say how much these videos bless me as well. And not just for me listening to the videos, but also just the encouragement from you all that I receive back as a result of these videos. So I'm just so grateful and I'm so excited and I'm so thankful. It has been a long journey just to get here. Good morning, K-Mel. Good morning. Good morning. You all know I love when you all shout out good morning because it gives me an opportunity to say good morning back to you. And although I'm not able to get with everyone, yet I am still able to share with those that I am, and I'm grateful for that. That really makes me happy. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't want to, and I say this all the time, I don't want to prolong the time. I think I'm just used to saying that because that's what we always said in church. I don't want to prolong the time, but I really do mean that. I don't want to take up a lot of your day with these videos, but I do want to say something that hopefully will empower you, encourage you, help you get to where it is that you need to be. I am so glad. Let me say this. I am so glad to be back to my regular look. I love it. I'm so grateful. I got my hair cut yesterday because if you all noticed, for the past couple of months, I've been wearing hats. And the reason why is because I've been letting my hair grow because I was getting ready to do this procedure. And so I had hats on all the time. I was letting my beard grow. And what I noticed in my beard was that I was holding on to a lot of dead hair because the hair was dyed and it was because of the dye that was put on it, and it was chemicalized, or whatever the word is. It caused the hair to die. So I'm just steady trying to keep a beard, keep a shape. I am so grateful that I let that go. So you all are going to see my salt and pepper come through. I am proud of it. I'm excited for it. I am a pawpaw. I love it, and I'm grateful. All right. So I know you're like, oh my God, he looks different. Yes, I do, and I'm happy that I look different. I am so grateful that I look different. Well, we've come to the last Love and Light Empowerment of 2018 and the last Sunday of this year, the last couple of days of this year. And this weekend and this week, me too, L. I love salt and pepper. This holiday time for me has been a great time of reflection. And it has been a great time of seeing myself. Good morning. It's been a great time of me growing and me developing and me experiencing being expanded so that I can grow and I can become better and I can evolve. This process has not been easy, as many of you all know, but it has definitely been worth it. And so as I'm working on me, and as I am focusing on getting myself together, and as I am focusing on conquering those issues of my life that need to be conquered, and deal with those things in my life that need to be dealt with, I am just grateful that the universe has completely set my life up in a way that I see it now, that the universe is always challenging me in those areas or those things that have been holding me back. Those areas that have been keeping me from being able to move forward, or keeping me from being able to move into my destiny, or fully into my purpose. And a lot of times when we pray things like, God, whatever your will is for my life, I surrender, or, universe, I submit to whatever you have, we automatically expect just the plan of God to take effect, and we kind of get on the path of what we're supposed to do. Good morning, Kiki. And we get on the path of where we are, and what's supposed to happen. But the first thing that the universe does when we finally submit to the plan and the purpose of God is we go through what we call a purging process. And this purging process, it sounds cute to some people, but it's really not a fun process, because this is going to be the time where God begins to show you every area of your life that you need to correct. Now that sounds pleasant. Oh, God is going to show me. Oh, God is going to show me through a dream, or God is going to show me, through a reading or a prophetic word, or, God's going to show me through a billboard, or I'm going to watch something on TV that's going to let me see who I am. And no. Whenever God gets ready to show you, God is going to use people to show you those areas of your life that are not able to go to the next level with you. And now for some people, they can see the dream and they can see the billboard, or they get the sign. They don't have to be confronted. But whenever you don't get the still small messages of God, the universe will then start to use people around you to show you or point out those areas of your life that need to be changed and need to be challenged. And so that's what's been going on with me. I have been confronted over and over again by this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing. And I'm not upset. I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad about it. I'm actually grateful, because it's teaching me those things that I need to learn in order for me to be able to walk in my purpose and walk in my destiny. See, the problem with many of us is when we become confronted with things, we jump and get an attitude, and we become rejecting to the very thing that the universe is trying to show us, because one, we probably don't like the vessel in which the word came through. We don't like the method on how that knowledge about ourselves has come about. We don't like to be exposed. We don't like to be confronted. We don't like to be checked. We don't like to be told. We don't like to be anyone to get in our face and tell us exactly what we don't want to hear about ourselves. Like, we don't like that. We want it to be soft and sweet, and not all the time do we are able to receive those soft and sweet messages. So what happens is God will have to allow people to come around us who we love, who we trust, who we cherish, to begin to seemingly turn on us so that they can say what needs to be said, because that's the only way that we're going to hear it. And many times when we react with an attitude, or when we react in frustration, or when we react in bitterness, we never get the lesson. We focus on the vessel, we focus on the person that came to us, we focus on how it was done, but we don't focus on what is God trying to get me to see. And for me, that is what's been happening over these past, I would say last 6 months of 2018, is that I have had to be confronted over and over again about this or that or this or that. But instead of me always just receiving it with love and saying, okay, God, what are you trying to say? Many times I start to dissect where it's coming from, who it's coming from, how it's coming. And one of the things that I learned is that if I ever want to grow, then I am going to have to push past what I see and what I feel and get the lesson, get the message. Where is God in everything that is being said and being done? And I haven't always been successful with that, but I'm grateful that as we're going out of this year, that I have learned to do that. And I have learned to stop and to pause and to say, wait a minute, where is God? I don't like how this was done. I don't think it was right. I don't think that this was the best way, but where is God in this? And the more that I do that, the more that I start to grow and the more that I start to change, because I see those areas of my life that need to be captured and that need to be challenged and needs to be shifted and changed, right? So I have decided that in 2019, I am going to use that year to really begin to break unprofitable cycles. I have preached about unprofitable cycles. I have talked about unprofitable cycles. And now I need to let those words resonate in my life. I need to let those words get planted in my life and take root in my life, because I don't want to be the kind of person at the end of 2019 giving this same message. I want to go into 2020 ready for whatever the purpose and destiny that God has allowed to have allowed me to encounter this whole year. I don't want to have to repeat cycles. And the truth is, the way that you know that you're repeating a cycle is because if you look back last year, you were going through the same thing that you're going through this year, or you're dealing with the same thing this year that you were dealing with last year. And I don't know about you, but I want to grow. I want to be better. I want to go higher. And although our journeys are different, for some of us, we did not go through that much that would stop us from actually being able to grow. We're actually, we've experienced some things, but nothing that, would stop us from being able to move forward. Some of us are not as hard-headed as some others. But whatever your journey is, you have to learn to embrace it and to ultimately see that there is a lesson behind what you're going through. There's a purpose. Somebody inboxed me yesterday, and this person that inboxed me, they never inbox me. They never talk to me. They follow me, but they never inbox me. And they're very skeptical of a lot of things. But they inboxed me and they said this. They said, please keep being transparent about your growth, because you have no idea how much you're helping us. And I'm thinking, well, I'm on this platform. I need to already be put together. I need to already have it all together. I need to already seem like I got this down packed and that everything is where it's supposed to be. And I need this. And when they said that to me on yesterday, I realized that in helping people, just being transparent about where I am and my growth is helping people. And so I am learning to break those cycles. And one of the cycles that I'm breaking and I'm challenging is that many times I have been guilty of doing the wrong things for the right reasons. Many times I have put myself in predicaments and in situations where I have wanted to help people so bad that I would do something I would do something and would not do it the right way just to be able to help somebody else. For an example, I know you don't have a driver's license, but because you need to go somewhere, I'll let you take my car. I know you need to go somewhere. I know you need this. I know you can drive, but you don't have a driver's license. But I let you take my car because I just want to help you. That is an example of doing the wrong thing for the right reason. I really do want to help, but I also know that you don't have a driver's license. I know you know how to drive, but if you get stopped, my car's messed up, you're messed up, I'm in a situation now, and I've done that too many times. That's just one example. Or bailing somebody out of a situation that probably just needs to walk it out instead of me always coming to their rescue, or me taking on more than what I can bear, and just trying to do things to make people like me, or to make people love me, or to make people accept me, or to make people want to deal with me or speak well of me. I do the wrong things for the right reasons in many cases. And I see that about myself, because every single time that I go to do the wrong thing for the right reason, it blows up in my face. And it blows up in my face. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, like I'm trying to help. I'm trying to do this, but because I did not do things the right way, because I did not handle things the right way, sometimes in doing things the right way, you just got to tell people no. Sometimes you just have to say, I can't do this. Because at the end of the day, when you put your neck out there, or when you do something to help somebody and they don't understand all what you sacrifice, and then when things don't go right, the only person left to blame is you. And then now you're hurt, you're sad, you're depressed, you're going through, you're having all of these things. And when that's been happening in my life, God spoke to me and God said, listen, don't you get upset about nothing. At the end of the day, you caused the problem. See, many times we don't always want to look at the beginning of the situation. We like to try to solve the middle, or we like to solve the surface. But when you get to the root of a situation, or you get to the root of why something has happened, or you get to the root on how all of this started, that's where you will find where you made your mistake. Sometimes we make our mistakes in just saying, okay. Sometimes we make our mistakes in just saying, yes, I can do that, knowing that we probably can't, but we're willing to almost struggle just to make something happen. And I have been so guilty of that, because I have wanted to make people happy, and I wanted to make people smile, and I wanted to make people feel good, because I know what it feels like to be broken, or I know what it feels like to be in a scary place, and I know what it feels like to have to go through all of these different changes, and all you need is a helping hand. And many times we will put our own self at risk just to help somebody else, but that is doing the wrong thing for the right reason. And every single time it blows up in our face, and then we become offended, and then we lose relationships, and then we lose friends, and then we lose partners, and then we lose homes, and then we lose so much, because we end up doing the wrong thing for the right reason. And so now I'm learning that before I commit to anything, or before I say I can do anything, that I got to count up the cost. Am I able to do it? Will I be able to be consistent? What is this going to take from my timeline? What is this going to take from my life? How much effort am I able to give? Will I be able to sustain myself? At the end of this thing, will I be able to carry them to their next level? And you have to be able to answer those honest questions before you commit to doing a thing, because if you don't answer all of those questions, you then have done the wrong thing for the right reason. I don't know about you. Hey, Sharon Hall. I don't know about you, but I am tired of that cycle. I am tired of my heart not being seen, because the action is so devastating, or the action is so much. Listen, if I'm speaking well, please like this video. If any of this is resonating with you, please like this video, because we sometimes love so hard that we are willing to make sacrifices that we should not make, and we're willing to do things that we should not do just to be able to help somebody else. And it takes a mature person to be able to look beyond your faults and see your heart. And not everybody is able to do that. And you can't expect people to always see your heart. You can't expect people to always know what your intentions are, because when people are hurt and they're frustrated and they're angry, they don't care about your intentions. They don't care about what you tried to do. They don't care about what you set out to do. They only care about the fact that right now they're in a situation and it's your fault and you done this and you done that. They don't care about taking responsibility. And I noticed that cycle keeps going on in my life. But when I look at the root is always because I said yes to something that I was not sure if I could do. That's where the root came from. That's where the root came from. And when I look at why I did that, it was because I love people and I don't want to see them suffer. I don't want to see them go through. I don't want to see them hurt. I don't want to see them in a bad place. I've been there. I know what it feels like to not have no one. I know what it feels like to be desolate. I know what it feels like to be on your own. I know what it feels like to be isolated. I know what it feels like to feel hopeless. I know what that feels like. So I want to rescue everyone, but I'm realizing that I can't. Some things I just have to let people suffer through. Some things I just have to love them and send love and light and realize that that's all I can do. And that's hard for me. That's hard. I am always wanting to be the person to save everybody. But the second that things don't turn out right, or the second that a problem arises or a challenge is taken on, is the second that all of my good intentions are now seen as something negative or seen as something not good. And I have been guilty of that. And I'm breaking that cycle. Because the truth is, at the root of it, I never had to say, okay. I never had to say, I can do this. Or I never had to say, I got this. Or I never had to say, and that is the cycle for so many of us who just love people. We just love love. We love just helping. We love doing what we can do, or we love trying to make things happen, or we love seeing people smile, or we love seeing people in a good place. And we don't know how we just jumping in to try to save people and try to make people okay. But when I tell you that God has not called you to save everybody, God has not called you to put your life at risk, or put your life, the stability or pattern of your life off at risk, or to get it off kilter for everybody. That's not what God has called us to do. Sometimes people just have to go through and suffer and get through it the best way they can. And you just love them from a distance. And then if they look at you and say, well, you could have helped me, but you didn't, you can't be responsible for that. You can only be responsible for your actions and your heart. And this has been so hard for me, because I noticed that out of all the cycles that I've been blessed to break in my life, all of the patterns that I've been blessed to break in my life, this one has still been the thing that has caused the most problems in these last few years. Because I have been so committed to trying to help people that I forget that if you overextend yourself, Mike, you're not going to be able to help. And as soon as Superman fails, it is so easy to go from Superman to Lex Luthor in the eyes of people. People that love you, or people that you love, or people that you want to love you. It is so easy. Because when they feel let down, you're no longer Superman. When they feel let down, you're no longer the king. When they feel let down, you are now the villain. And everybody handles fear differently. Everybody handles their emotions differently. So you never know like how a person actually feels or going to handle disappointment. But one thing that I know is that if you overextend yourself, if you do things that you're not sure if you can do, or you say, I can do this, not only are you labeled as a liar, even though that was not your intention, but you then set yourself up for a pattern that is not going to be healthy for yourself. You're going to find yourself hurt and disappointed. And I'm so grateful that I have a new energy in my life who understands me and who supports me and who hears me and who knows my heart in the midst of my mistakes. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for people like Barbara Hyman and people like Life by L, who they see me growing. They know that I'm making mistakes. They know that I'm not perfect. They see me, but they still see the king in me in spite of what everything else has been going on. They see my heart, so they know what my intentions are. So I'm grateful for people like that, because this thing can become so discouraging. I think I was so trained in church and in my religious background that I sacrifice everything just to make sure people are happy. And then eventually God will do that for me, but that's not how this works, because then people become disappointed the second that Superman encounters kryptonite. And I'm breaking that cycle. I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it. I'm tired. I'm tired. Because I can help so many people in so many ways. And I have blessed so many people's lives. I get the testimonies all the time. And I ask myself, well, yo, how can I be so great on this hand, but then I can be a sweet dream on this hand and then be a nightmare on this hand? Like, I don't get it, but it's because I set myself up by trying to help people and not being for sure if it's something that I can do. I just want people to be happy. I just want people to be at peace. I just want people to have fun and live life. But I can't allow my desire to see people happy to override my logic when it comes to my agreements. And that's what's happened with me. And I'm breaking that. I have lost too many amazing people. And yes, maybe their journey in my life was over, and maybe that season ended. I will accept all of that. But what I will understand and know is that I have to see my part. Whether this has been family issues, relationship issues, and people who know me, and I talk to them and I'm saying, yo, tell me about me. Like, how is it about me? And everybody says this: Mike, you have a good heart. Now, these are people I'm talking about people who've known me for years. I'm talking about like 20, 30 years. They'll say, you know, Mike, you have a good heart. But you always try to do more than what you can do. Every last single person this week has told me that I asked. I think I asked 7 or 8 people, I can't remember. But I asked like childhood friends and family members, and I asked my daughter, and everybody has said the same exact thing. Like, Mike, you have a good heart, but you try to do too much. And when you let people down, people become angry and people become frustrated. And I'm like, do you think people ever see my intention? And then I had to go back to my education and realize that when the brain or a person is hurt or a person is frustrated, the brain doesn't process logically in everybody. So people don't care about your intention until they calm down. So that is the pattern and the cycle that I'm breaking in my life. If people ask me to do something, I will not be quick to answer. I will not be quick to come to people's rescue. I will not be quick to fix a thing. I will think about it, count up the cost, process it fully, and decide, if this is something I can handle. Because the last thing that I want to do is let anybody else down. Because it hurts me to hurt them. So the other thing that I'm doing in 2019 is that I'm conquering fear. And as long as we live, we're always going to be conquering fear. There's always going to be those areas of our lives where we need to conquer. And the fear, I've conquered a lot of fears in my life, but one of the fears that I have not conquered and that I'm conquering now is the fear of time. The fear of time has been my biggest fear. And it's been the scariest thing in my life. And not that I even have like a clock that I know of that I'm racing against, except just the clock of time. But it's not like, oh my God, you have cancer, so you only have 6 months to live, or nothing like that. It's just, ever since I was a little boy, I've always been afraid of time. So I've been quick to do this and quick to do that and quick to get in this relationship and quick to do this and quick to go to this place and quick, without fully knowing if it's something that I want to do or if I can do it, or I got to hurry up and do it because I may not get another opportunity. And if I don't get an opportunity, then my destiny's going to be off. And if I don't hurry up and do this, then, oh my God, and if I don't get a ministry at 19, then I'm never going to be in ministry. And if I never do this, then I'm never going to do this. And if I don't get married, then this is going to happen. If I don't do this and this, and that has been my whole entire existence. Always rushing and pushing, and I gotta get this now, and it has to happen now, and if it doesn't happen now, then it's never going to happen, and you only get one chance, and you only get one shot. That has been my whole entire existence. And my fear of time has caused me to make some of the worst decisions in my life. Rushing, not counting up the costs, not getting all the details, not thinking clear. And I realize that if I don't face that fear, then it's going to kill me. I have passed up amazing friendships and amazing relationships because I wanted to find the fast track to everything. I have passed up great business opportunities and chances to do amazing things because I have passed up opportunities. And although I struggle with ADD and I'm overcoming that, and I also realize that ADD has played a big role in the things that I'm talking about today. And I just started getting help for my ADD this year, towards the end of this year. And there's so much that comes along with ADD. Oh God, there's just so much that comes along with it. But I just know that I have to conquer this fear of time. And it's like the only thing that slows me down is challenge. And I'm wondering, like, why am I being challenged with this? Or why am I being challenged with that? Or why is this like this? Or why is that like this? Or why is this like that? It's because the only thing that will slow me down is challenge. I'm so quick to move. Gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. And see, the problem is if my circle or my connections were only with a few people, I wouldn't really have that many challenges because these people would know me. These people would hear me. These people would see me. These people would get me. But because I'm connected to a lot of people, everybody does not know the heart of Mike Hurd. Everybody does not know the heart of Michael Willis Hurd. Everybody doesn't know the intention. And when people have already come with their dysfunctions and their issues and their problems and their situations, they interpret your action through their lenses, which causes even bigger issues. So in 2019, I'm so grateful to have somebody in my life who's helping me with this process. I'm so grateful. Who doesn't mind saying, babe, you need to slow down. You're moving too fast. You're doing too much. Stop. 2019, I'm slowing down. I will allow myself to remain transparent in my journey. 2019, I'm not going to work as much. The truth of the matter is that I probably have made more money this year than what I've made in the last 10 years. And most of it went to people. Most of it went to people. As I was preparing things for my taxes and getting ready for January, just in life coaching alone, this year I almost made $70,000. In just life coaching alone. This is not my other jobs, and everybody, y'all all know that I have 3 jobs right now. That's another thing. I'm letting my jobs go, all those extra jobs. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much, but I'm not producing enough. So I'm going to travel more. I'm going to love more. I'm going to laugh more. I'm going to enjoy myself more. I'm working with a financial advisor to get my finances in order because I make too much money to not have everything that I want. I am changing. And let me say this about change. You need help along the way. And many people that were in my life that could have helped me change, I understand they became so frustrated they didn't want the job. But I'm grateful for the people that do see me. So I'm breaking cycles and I'm conquering my fear. And the number one way to do both of those things is for me to slow down. This year, I'm going to focus more on building my YouTube channel, bringing you all raw content like this, and continue to do love and light like this, and then my interviews so that we can continue to evolve from other people's stories. I'll be working at my job, counseling, and I've enrolled back in school to finish my degrees. That's where I'll be. And I'm in a good place. I have love around me. I'm cleaning up every mistake that I'm presented with. I'm cleaning it up. And you know how I'm cleaning it up? I'm cleaning it up by not expecting the other person or the other people involved to do anything. I'm going to fix it. I may not be able to fix it as quick as I want to, but I'm going to do it. I don't care what anyone else does. They can move on with their lives. Be happy. I will do this, and I will not put myself in the same situations and predicaments again. Whatever it takes for me to be free, that's what I want. I absolutely love the direction my life is going in. I'm not bitter with anybody because I see the fault in me that needs to change, that behavior that needs to change. I did see where a couple people said, how can I donate? You can actually donate through Cash App at Love and Light TV. That's the $ Love and Light TV. That's how you can donate, and I'm appreciative of your donations. Thank you. Because I'm committed to this work. And I realize I might not be for everybody, and I may not have the thousands and thousands of numbers right now. But I'm going to take the 500 people that God has given me and give you all the best that I have. So thank you for rolling with me. Thank you for allowing me to open up myself and you all seeing my journey. Thank you for believing with me. Thank you all for having my back and supporting me. 2019 is going to be a good year, and it's going to prepare us for what's going to come in 2020. And I'm excited about that. Love and light, everybody. I love you.